Hmm. Okay. Seems like the stream elements thing is not working the same way anymore. Hmm. I guess that's fine. We can just do YouTube today and try to figure it out tomorrow. Hmm. Oh well. I have to update something or do something else. For some reason, it just wasn't there. So only YouTube today. Make sure it's all good here. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's just do some sumigo. Turn down the volume so it doesn't end up being super loud. There we go. It'll come in through the microphone. We don't want that. All right. I'm not sure what the problem is, but I probably just have to update OBS as well so that it is properly doing the stuff it's supposed to do, but we'll see. Maybe have to reinstall. Who knows? We'll figure it out later. Let's do basic stuff. Back to YouTube only. Yeah, not enough liberties. I believe we looked at this one. Yeah, so it's not enough liberties. We can just capture. We don't connect, we capture. All right. White to kill. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I think this is the one I got wrong last time. And then I realized I was on two problems after what I was supposed to be doing. Because if we connect, we start running into some liberty issues. Because if we do this one, we can maybe make an eye on either side, which gives us extra liberties here. So we can do this one and connect. And now we have more liberties. We don't need to play here because we play here, they connect. We play here, then they Atari, right? So now we just take liberties from the outside. Yeah. Oh, yes, this nice throw in here. Capture on this side. Don't capture on the wrong side. Very important. Yeah, we'll see if I can figure out how to get that working here, but looks like it's just not here at all. Looks like just like no output appearance. We'll see here. Probably something. Yeah, the Stream Elements docs aren't popping up properly, which is why I think it did that. Maybe we can go to stable here. Oh, okay. But do I get my dock back? Not really. Oh, dang. Not cool. If I go to beta. And then go to dock. No dock. Yep. That sucks. Go back to stable for now. All right, what's this problem? Oh, this looks like we attach here. If they block here, we can push and it's dead. So if they block on the other side, we can push through and extend down because there's just not enough liberties for them to respond. Very good. Nice and simple. All right, let's see here. Yeah, none of these are the docs I'm looking for. And then, okay. So after the stream, I'll just update and mess with it and mess around a little bit because it was fine Friday, and then it just disappeared and I didn't change anything. So, and I couldn't get it to reappear. All right, let's see here. Well, this looks like that same exact shape from before. If we jump in here and they connect and we connect, we're fine. So they push here, we can actually block, and then there's an Atari, and then there's another Atari, but it's hard to do. So if we do the diagonal, which is what was in the other one, and they connect here, and we play here, this looks fine. Okay. So if they do the diagonal here, that's where we start to run into some issues. I don't remember what the other shape looked like anymore. It was like well, it was a bit different. We already had a move. Let's move on the outside. And we had to move here somehow. So we played this one, they turned, we Haned, and they threw in for some reason, which doesn't make any sense. So I actually don't know how to compare it to that of the previous one. It's fine though. We do it this way first. And that ends up being the same. It feels like it's just this sort of thing here. But I was looking for a different answer. All right. Okay. Hello. 42F. How you doing? Looks like we could probably just do this one, but yeah, that looks like it's fine. Because this is a dead shape here. We're going to eventually Atari. Doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing okay-ish. Was supposed to do a tournament this weekend. I wasn't able to go on the way up since it was still like 2 hours away, but I was going to go stay with a friend the night before, and had some car trouble, and the earliest I could fix it was about an hour before the tournament, so wasn't really able to do it. So it ended up being slightly disappointing. This one, they do that, we just Atari. They do this one, we double Hane. Should be fine. Yeah. Looking forward to playing on a real board for a little bit. Hey, how you doing? Having some issues going live to Twitch as well today, so I'll try to fix that after the stream since it wasn't working. Coriolis. See, there we go. I was just talking about it. I got to say Coriolis. Corvallis tournament. Yeah. I ended up having some car issues and wasn't able to get up to it because so I was just telling 42F. The earliest I could get it fixed was about an hour before the tournament, and I couldn't drive through the snow with the problem that I was having. So, yeah. So I'm glad you didn't end up going. I'm glad you didn't end up going because I was driving on the freeway and we hit something on the road. It was not like a big object or anything. Just random thing that was on the ground. I couldn't see it. Didn't know anything was going on. And just popped one of our tires. We only had a donut that we could use, so we didn't really have much. Now I wish I drove all the way and picked you up. That could have worked. Could have worked. They said a 6-dan ended up winning. I think it was a 6-dan player ended up winning, and some of the Portland players were there, I guess, which is cool. White to play here, huh? I got distracted. That's kind of an interesting problem. That should be fine. Yeah. Should be okay. Like a Seki type shape here. Because they can't Atari me. Had to make sure I was actually seeing that right. Yeah, so like if it was like closer, I probably still would be able to go, but like my area doesn't have any snow or anything. But on the drive to it, there was definitely snow. And it was already 5 or 6 o'clock or so, and all the tire places were closed already, so couldn't do anything. But luckily, was able to just repair the tire instead of having to buy any new ones. Just repairing was like $20 instead of having to buy a new one, so which would have been a little bit more and very annoying. So I'm happy about that part. That part I'm happy about. Don't want to lose a bunch of money out of it too, because that would have been that would have been not fun, we can say. Anyway, cut, Atari, turn, doesn't quite work, right? So extend is the other option. They connect here, we go here, they connect there. And then we can turn here. If they throw in and stuff, they're dead, so they can't do that. If they turn, they're dead. So I think we could just do this one and block here. No? You're right, we can't do that one. I thought we could. Because this one doesn't work, right? Right, this one doesn't work. Oh no. Maybe it's good that I didn't play. Yeah, I didn't think this one worked, so right, this one just doesn't work. I was right. Okay. And extending here wouldn't work either because they just capture. Unless we go down this way. Then they just capture anyway. So that doesn't work. So we do have to go this direction in some way. My AGA rank, I'm 5-dan AGA. I'm like a 5.6 or something like that right now. So I'm working on making it a little better. Wow, I can't see this at all today. Pulling back here doesn't work. This one doesn't work. Nothing works. Man, I suck. All right. Let's just review it. Let's look at what the answer is here. So I can't see it right now. Blocking here. Okay. Yeah. You're right. Ugh. Yeah, at Go Congress, I ended up doing 4 wins and 2 losses, and my 2 losses were versus 6-dan, and one of them being my friend, and one of them just got 3rd place in one of in like a nice tournament recently. So I'm okay with that. I think the year before when I played that person, they ended up getting like 3rd place at Go Congress too. So I'm not okay with losing because I was I was definitely winning that game, but I'm more okay with it. uh, oh, we can't do this one because they do that, but we can do this Atari. And there's a throw in. So is this Atari better? They do that when we capture, and they just capture here. So we do have to like play it this way in some way. You have to like do this one. There we go. Yeah, I was thinking at Go Congress, this next one, since I've only really lost to 6-Dons, and I've been like 50-50 versus 6-Don, that I thought I should probably move up to 6-Don for the next Go Congress if I can go. I don't want to do this one. There we go. No more Twitch or forgot. No, it didn't work. It didn't work. So I'm going to try to fix that for tomorrow. The thing just didn't pop up like it's supposed to, and I was trying to get it to work, but it just didn't. So yeah, so I'll mess with that a little bit. Maybe I just have to update everything, but we'll find out. Probably just doing a simple stream today anyway. I know like Bats starts streaming like very soon, so most people are going to be watching him in a second anyway. I guess it's this one. Yeah, normally there's an extra little dock that shows up in OBS that allows me to stream over to Twitch and YouTube at the same time without having to use another app or another website or anything else like that. But for some reason, it's just not popping up as part of the stream elements stuff. So I might have to update, and I know my OBS is out of date technically too, so maybe it's not working together anymore or something like that. So we'll just have to see. This is like a tombstone. Do we have enough liberties for that? I think so. You need 3 liberties, and these are 3 liberties here. So I think we're fine here. Because we can't go underneath. I think. Maybe we can. Can we go underneath too? Does that also work? Maybe we cannot. Maybe not. But we should be able to just connect and extend. But it was interesting to look at. There we go. Just regular tombstone. Figure we talk about maybe some of the European Pro Qual stuff after this too. So I was a little disappointed overall with the last few games that I saw. So I don't really want to go over too many of them, but I thought we could look at one of them. Because as I said, it was slightly disappointing to see what ends up happening. I guess this is fine. So when we connect and they connect, we can do this one and throw in, and then it's a 3 in a row. That's a cool one. I kind of like those ones where you sacrifice a large amount. Seems good. What happened? What? Oh. I think we can just do this one. Yeah, the Twitch thing just not working, that's all. So we'll mess with that. Oh, you saw it been 0-1 before last round, basically. Yeah. And that was one of the things that that I think makes the American Pro qualifier a little bit more entertaining. Because, yeah, Ben Zero won before the last round, so he didn't even try to win the last round. Yeah, yeah. Because there was no point in even playing the last round, right? So it was like, it kind of made it not very interesting. Because if you don't have to play it, then, feels like they're wasting their time a little bit. But I know that there was still rating points and there's still a couple other things, right? Yeah, semis and finals. Yeah, no, the American, or the North American one, I guess I should say, is slightly better. Yeah. Just need 2 liberties on the outside. We're good to go. Yeah, so when it came to like, or even just the final, yeah. Yeah, because like in North America, you could technically lose and not become pro, even if you've won most of your games, like almost all your games to the end, right? Because we have like the losers bracket and the winners bracket sort of thing. Before though, we had two people who could become pro. I think we're just doing one now, so I don't know if they'll have a losers bracket anymore. But maybe they'll probably still do that, because like the winner losers bracket could still challenge the throne, right? Yeah, so you kind of have to win everything, and then you could still lose at the very end. So it's still like every game kind of matters a lot, right? And they only don't matter after you've already lost 2 games, right? You lose 2 games, and the games don't matter anymore. Like, I believe that's how it was working, right? It was something along those lines. And I think that's pretty good. I like the way that one works. We just do this one. This one technically work. They do that. We just block here, and then this is just fine, right? Okay. Yeah, I like lose bracket a lot. Yeah, because that's the problem they had, right? Is that half of these people didn't need to keep playing, basically. Like Dominic Bovis, he has 2 wins. He didn't need to play all the way to the end here, right? And then a couple of the other players didn't need to play all the way to the end as well. But it also made it kind of interesting, because I believe Yuzhe Zing, how do you ever say that name? I believe he did beat Lucas Podpera here. Yeah, I think it was one of the losses here was versus him. So like that was something. But did he lose because it was like one of the final rounds and Lucas was just like stressed out because he wasn't sure he was going to win anymore? He thought maybe there was no chance, or blah, 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 right? Like, I don't know. Like, was it all mental? Was it because he was the better player? Like, what was that? And then when Ben Zero had to play Ash at the very end, who cares? They didn't have to win. It didn't matter, right? So it was like, yeah, it was a little disappointing in that regard. But the losers bracket thing, it's like, okay, I lost, and but that doesn't mean I'm out completely, and I still have a chance to just come back and win this entire tournament, and I can still become pro. But if I lost 2 times, okay, well then I know I wasn't good enough this time, right? Let's just do this one. Should be fine. But they do this, and that's annoying. No co, right? So we want to attach instead. But we don't want to attach. No, we do. We're fine with attaching because they don't have enough liberties. Okay. Attach instead should be fine. Because when they throw in here, there's not enough liberties. Yes, very good. Now, I wonder if we can find the thing for ours, for the North American one. See if we can find that bracket just for fun. Yeah, I have my Twitch open, but since it's not working, I guess I can close that. 2023 pro qualifier. We'll try 2024. See if there's a thing here. Let me see. No, that's funny. I forgot that Ben tried last time. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. Here's the 2023 one. Yeah, Jeremiah Donnelly, of course, makes sense. He likes to play all the big tournaments for fun. Yeah, this is good enough. This is good enough, probably. Yeah, saw that open here in a second. And this last one here, what is this one? Is this also like a... This is kind of interesting because it a little bit of a shortage of liberties if you play it wrong. So like this one, then down, or over. Already dead. All right, cool. Here's like this one we did. We group A and group B, and then I think this one was just two groups, group A and B, versus anything else. What if I could just put 2024 into this bar here and see if that that does anything? Nope. Oh well. 2024. This is the problem that I have with our stuff, is that where do we even find the information everywhere, right? Should be really easy to find all of our old information. There's the tournament announced. Here's when it starts. And here, there we go. There we go. It's the 2024. There we go. Oh, there we go. This looks a little bit nicer. I think this is the same thing that was used in the other tournament here. Yeah. Anyway, you can close that. I was interested in loser brackets is how far do you allow people to lose in the tournament? Yeah, that's a good question. How far do you allow them to lose? That's why I think for like the pro qual, you want whoever's the best player that you can get, right? And so I like the idea of giving them one redo, right? Because if you give them too many redos, like too many options to keep winning, I don't think it's as good. But yeah, so it was a little disappointing overall to watch. Because I believe in for how the American one did it. At least when I was watching, it was like Kevin Yang, Alex G, and I think Kevin. I don't remember what his name actually was for sure. There's a couple different Kevin Yangs that I've seen, so I don't actually remember if I'm remembering that name properly or just I know Alex is right, Alex G. But I remember there were like there were two groups, and then I think there was like a losers bracket thing or something like that, but I don't remember exactly. I think in this case they'd like split this in half. So like these people play each other and define who the best person is, and these people play each other, find who the best person is, and then I think they got rid of the losers bracket actually for like the last couple because I think it took longer. But I think taking longer is not that big of a deal. So what they do in Hikaru, right? It was just you just had to pass the pre-exam part and then the next part. You had to prove you were good enough to become a pro, and then you could go and play and do the pro thing. I don't even remember anymore. It's been so long since I've seen that. People were talking about the Chinese version, so I was thinking about it again. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. Let's see if we can do this challenge. See if we have a hard time today. Round robin plus top 16 tournament or something. It's something like that, yeah. I don't remember either. I don't remember. It's been so long. Oh, Sugadintas in the middle of doing this. All right. Come on, man. I have to compare myself to Sugadintas because it seems like I do about the same, if not sometimes better. So generally, this person is good enough. See if I refresh. Did he have another one done? Oh, okay. Maybe he took a pause. It seems like most people are getting a few of these other ones right, and this one looks like they just misclicked. I'm guessing they misclicked, or they thought it was a different type of problem and they clicked it right away and didn't think about it. But Iluk got almost all of them right, so we'll see what I can do. I know we don't have enough players to do some things, right? But at the same time, I also think that we don't have to have like not all of our pros have to be Asian pro level, right? And that's one thing that you learn from when like Korea started their pro system, was that I believe when they sent some of their players off to like Japan to study and do that, they were very, very weak, even though they were considered like top pros in Korea at the time, right? But they were very, very weak. Yeah, they have to play a lot, yeah. And then eventually, because they established their pro system and they got the players to play each other and all that sort of stuff all the time, then it became a bigger deal later, right? But we had to start off with people, so we don't need to be the strongest possible players ever, but just the players who can get through the tournaments is at the very minimum is good. Just a net. Hopefully, I don't misclick on that. Yeah, I think that was the other thing though, is they were compensated for a lot of stuff though, so that helped quite a bit. This one, then they take this, we do this one, and they take this, and we're dead, right? So we do have to Atari from the inside. That's kind of funny. We have 2 liberties, so we can just Atari here. Oh, I see. That's why the guy got it wrong. That's why they got it wrong. I feel like Kevin and Alex could do well if they wanted to, / were paid to play a lot in international tournaments. Yeah. Hello, Dark Jackal. How you doing? Yes, that's why, like, in order to grow our professional scene, we just need more professionals in general, so that we can actually have like local tournaments and stuff. I think that's what people were saying about that they were very excited by when it comes to the Europeans, is that they finally are targeting a lot of people. You wouldn't mind paying crazy fees, yeah. I'm doing okay, Dark Jackal. I was not able to play in the tournament this weekend because I had some car troubles. But apart from that, I'm doing okay enough. So I have to hope for the best. Yeah, they already asked for $30 for like here's the thing. Like, this is something I was talking to I think it was my mom about cars. Yeah. And it was that like my AGA membership is $30 a year, and there's only 2 tournaments. Actually, there's technically 3 if we count Go Congress. But there's only 2 tournaments a year where I live, and if I just do a tournament pass instead, which is $10, it actually saves me $10 every year to do a tournament pass versus paying the AGA for my membership. So then I have to wonder, what else is my AGA membership actually doing? It's just a donation, right? It's basically just a donation. But you have to have it, which means it's not a donation. You know what I mean? So it feels a little bit silly. And I just don't like, I don't know where all my money is, even though it's not a lot, right? But I don't know where it's going. I don't know what I'm using it for, or how it's being used, or what benefits I have, right? I think that's one of the problems. So if I just do this one, the Atari, and we connect, they're alive. So we have to push here. If they block, it's just Atari. But if they A16, I think I can just extend. And yeah, we're fine there. Yeah, we're good. Oh, I know this one. They should do online league and in-person league and invest in anti-cheating. Well, yeah, and then the North American online league is not the AGA. That is that is not AGA backed. That's the NAGF. Yeah, so that's why it's like that's why it's different too. So it's like, okay. And that's the only reason I joined the NAOL when it first started, is because I thought it was going to be AGA and NAGF working together to do something, and it would affect your in-person rank. And yeah, should just that and I thought that that's what it was going to be, and that's not what it was. So what was the point of me doing it? Because that's all I really wanted from it, because I can't play any tournaments. So and then you have to pay the AGA in order to play in the NAOL. Because if you don't pay the AGA, then you can't play, because you can't register, because you need to have an AGA rank in order to register. Unless you're in a different country, then you can register for free. And that's what annoyed me. Normally, it's actually this attachment here. There's actually a cool little move here. Yeah, this is, I believe it's like this attachment, and then if we pull back and they connect, we can cut it off and kill it. Yeah, it's a cool one. It's a cool one. Yeah, and then because I was part of the Canadian Go Association, because anyone could register to that one for free, and so I asked if I could use that for registering for the NAOL, and they said no. Well, they said yes, and then later they said no when I actually registered. Because I think they just didn't know yet. They just weren't sure how it worked yet. So I was like, okay, thanks. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so there's a lot of annoying things going on with that. I feel like they just need to fix that stuff, and then it would probably just be fine. So I would like to do this one, but it just doesn't work. They could just push here, and I'm already dead. So if I do this one, yeah, in the City League, I've seen the City League stuff, and then like, yeah, and I don't like, for example, does like Portland have anybody in the City League? Because if they don't, that'd be cool. We could add that to ours, and then we could have people play in Oregon, right? But yeah, I would say, yeah, I'm fine with making the fee higher since it's a yearly fee anyway. But the only thing that would be like, the only thing that they have to worry about is the cheating for online stuff. And then if they find out someone's cheating, they just get in trouble. As simple as that, right? They just get in trouble. Yeah, because I think people would probably pay $100 a year, which is like triple what people are paying right now. I think people would be willing to pay $100 a year if we had enough stuff. Because like, what do we do with a lot of our other subscription things? We're already paying $100, right? Cheating and scheduling were the reporting issues. Reported issues. Okay, yeah. Scheduling, um, we're paying for something, so we just have to show up for it if we can, right? That's how scheduling works, right? That's how scheduling anywhere else in the world works, right? For everything. But yeah, anyway, I should focus on this problem. I should probably do it. You show up or you lose, and I can understand like because like they had the NAOL on like a Tuesday or something. I don't know if it's still like that, but what they could do is they could have Tuesday and Saturday or something like that, right? So the day they want it to happen, and then another day that's like a weekend for the people that have a hard time showing up on Tuesday. And there you go, you've solved your problem for the most part. And then if you can't show up on either of those 2 days, then okay, it's too late. Then you just lose that round. And if you can't show up ever, then you just shouldn't have signed up for it. Yeah. Yeah, they already have a commission for the City League for that, yeah. I think they found a couple cheaters too, right? This one feels like like I want to do it, but it doesn't. I don't think it works. Huh. I actually don't know how to live here. Huh. Hmm. Beef it up. Yep. uh, you have time right now? I see. I was hoping to do that for like on Twitch and stuff too, but because like right now we have like, according to the thing, we have like 3 people. I was gonna do it tomorrow. Yeah, you said tomorrow was good, so I'm gonna try to get it all set up for tomorrow. And I still haven't watched the video. S2 feels like something maybe. Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm not sure exactly. But it feels like we actually need like this one, and we need something over here too. This is actually kind of an annoying problem. I know these next 2 are supposed to be hard, so but this one does feel kind of like an annoying one. I feel like I should be able to see an answer, but like this one, if they couldn't just block here, then this would be great. But if we turn here and they Hane and then we play here, I don't think that changes anything. So they can still just Hane. So we'd extend instead. If we make 3 moves at once, it'd be good. Yeah, exactly. Extend instead, and then they throw in here. Then that's already getting rid of the eyes. That's kind of a weird shape. And we can't, or maybe we can do a co shape. Throw in Atari. But I think they just connect and there's nothing there. Now, that's what I was trying to figure out, but I'm not even sure if we can. Even if we jump here and they push, they're not threatened at all. Maybe we have to just have to look at the answer for this one because I'm not sure I see anything. Problems are problematic. Yep. Because I'm just not sure I even see an idea. So let's just make it very wide. That's not good enough either. Let's do this one. Aha, I figured it out. That one I cheated. I cheated on that one. Doing it slowly and reading it as you go is not good. You shouldn't do that. But I found the answer. That's all that matters. Oh, that's terrible. It makes sense though. The answer ended up making sense, but that's not what I was actually looking for. This one, it looks like we want to use these 4 stones to some extent as black. So like with this one and like going underneath in some way. I don't know how we're going to go underneath exactly. But if we throw in here, for example, and if they connect up, we're able to connect up ourselves. But they do not live that way. They'd have to block. And then we could throw in here and block and cut. Yeah, that one looks like it works potentially. This side, I think, is the side that doesn't work. I think we need them to play a certain way. So I think it's never mind. It was not this move. At least I had an answer this time, but it was not the right answer. We'll see if my end result was right in my head. Then we'll know if I was on the right track or not after we check the answers here. This one, I'm probably just gonna lose. This one looks like it could be easy, which means that it's not. uh, I kind of want to just push. It doesn't work, but I kind of want to do that. Throw in here, throw in here. Just this way. I guess could work too. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one either. Probably just want to look at the answer for this one too. We'd play this one first, then we know that for sure it's alive, right? Because when they play here, we have 2 different spots to live very easily. So we usually would want to get rid of that by like playing this one. But then when they connect and we connect and they Atari, they're alive. But if we throw in here first, it doesn't work. So can we do it in a different order? So throw in here, they connect, then we throw in over here. If they block, we Atari, right? So they have to respond, then we can connect. Something like that one. Oh, is this a capture underneath thing? Can I do this one now? I think there's a capture underneath thing. Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't work because we can't do this one. Yeah. Oh, we can do that one. I did it. I'm good. We got a student soon. Have fun. Yeah. Try jumping in later. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See if I'm still streaming for a long time or not. So look at that. I did really good. Stumbled upon the answer twice. But I thought they'd play differently though. I thought that didn't work for them. I need to explore that. I thought that didn't work for me. I mean, it was this one. And then we can play here. Then we can go back here. But that's not what I meant here. But I think that would, for some reason I didn't think that worked though. Block here. I thought they could just do this one and then this one after they capture. So yeah, I thought they could do that. So I do this one, they capture, we have to Atari here, then they play here. They capture, we play here. If we throw in and they capture, what do? We play for the other side? This one? Yeah, I didn't see this. I didn't see this at all. So that's why it works. That's why it works. Okay, that makes way more sense because I was like, wait a minute, I didn't think that. I couldn't see that far ahead. I couldn't see that far ahead. Yeah. Okay. So if they played that one, I would have probably kept going and just solved it. But yeah. Okay, that makes way more sense now. And this one's obvious. Yeah, that one's obvious. And then the other one I was looking at was, of course, this one here. This connection. They should probably have this one in here too. But if they connect here, we don't connect, right? That doesn't work. So we have to throw in now. If they block, then we can just kill. So they have to actually respond in some way. And they need to respond by taking a liberty. And then we can connect instead. And this one, it actually does make sense. It actually does make sense. This is a common shape. But I didn't see it properly. But this is a common shape. That's a cool one. That's a cool one. Was there another way that could happen, though? But I can also start with this move. What? They can't do that. Okay, let's say they can't play that one. Do they have to Hane there? We can't throw in. You know what? It does work. You have to do it that way. Yeah. Cool. That one was definitely the one that was not solved for sure. This one I at least had an idea. And my idea was right. but I just didn't think it worked. I thought it might not work. This one though, I thought for some reason it was that move. So my idea, if we explore, my idea was that we'll be using this sort of shape to come underneath. That sort of idea. All right, that was the idea, and it looks like this is the first move. And if they Atari, then we can throw in here and co. Yeah, I thought that there's another one that I've seen where you start with this, and then if they block, you can then play here and cut. Because if they play in the corner, then we can do this one again, but it doesn't work in this case. So that's why I thought it might have been around here, but it doesn't work in this case. Yeah. Here we're just need to reduce it, right? It does work in that case, I guess, huh? Yeah. It does work if they do this one. If they have to connect on this side. But they don't have to connect on that side. They can maybe go to this side first. We can still do this one, though. They do this one. It's still an Atari, and this is still dead. So they have to play a different way. If they do this one, of course, it is just a dead shape. It's not a dead shape. It's an alive shape. I thought it was a dead shape in my head when I was reading it out, because what I was thinking was that we could turn in over here and then it would be fine. But we need 2 moves on the outside, right? That was where I was having an issue. I needed 2 moves on the outside. And this one should just live, I guess. Yeah. Good enough. Anyway. Yeah, I was associated with a wrong problem, but the right answer idea in my head. So that's not too bad. If the idea in my head was fine, then we're good to go. That's all that matters. And the fact that we got a lot of them right for some reason is all that matters. Just don't tell anybody here who looks at the daily challenge thing that I stumbled my way into 2 of the answers. You just assume that I did it perfectly. Okay, just assume I did it perfectly. Anyway. So, apart from, as we talked about a bit, apart from just not liking how, like, the very last games kind of didn't matter and that some of the people didn't even need to be here anymore, I think the game versus Lucas and Ben Zero was a little bit disappointing as well. Yeah, this one was a little bit disappointing as well. So look how many moves are they stopped on here. Look at that. Let's go all the way to the end here. Let's go all the way to the end instead. There we go. There we go. Yes, this game was a little bit disappointing. If we go to OGS here, we should have a... If I go to actually this layout first, turn off that one. We turn on this one. There we go. Look at that. Anyway. But I think overall was just a little bit disappointing. The game felt a little bit not as good as I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? But Lucas does have a problem of apparently losing on the very last game, sort of thing. So on the important game and making someone else pro. That's what everyone says, right? Making other people pro. So I didn't look into this one in depth before. I just sort of scrolled through it because I didn't really want to look at it. I didn't really want to do Go stuff. So now we can look at it a little bit. So I always like this really big enclosure. Oh, this high enclosure. I don't really like the the big one. This one's probably fine overall. I just don't really know it very well, and it's very kind of an uncomfortable shape. And I'm not really liking this one anymore because I just don't really like this attachment stuff. Just kind of boring right now. And so that's why I ended up moving to this one, because this attachment here is much more fun. We at least have two really good options for both people, right? If we honey over the top, we can make this into territory. And if we honey underneath, we're giving white the territory. Or giving white the influence instead of us taking the influence, right? So we give them territory or influence. Like, it's just a nice one or the other one sort of exchange. Whereas with this one here, it's just they're always getting strength on the outside somehow. So it's an exchange of strength. There is no exchange of territory or anything like that. So I like how much more flexible this feels in comparison. And then it's also more interesting in this case too. But yeah, so I think I do prefer when they play high here like this, yeah. I think I forgot to turn something on, by the way. Just remembered. Not a big deal. I haven't forgotten too often, but I forgot this time, I think. But I'll remember later. I'm very distracted today, I think, is what's happened. This pincer, though, I'm kind of not sure. So I remember when I was playing this sort of game, I like to do this low pincer here. A long time ago. We'd connect here at the time. And then later on, after we built up our own area, they would be able to press it down a lot. But when you do two spaces and you're pushing up from this side, you're gaining a decent amount of territory here versus when you do one space. So that's why I liked that. And so when you play a high, though, you're giving up the ability to turn that into solid territory. It's more so about the influence here. Because if black goes and plays this one, white is the one who's able to come back to the top side first. And then if black does not want to keep playing and wants to build first, like I do in the other variation, white can just invade directly. And it's really annoying to have to deal with this. Because there's also just this sort of Aji right away. So the left side becomes extremely easy to invade. So I'm always happy to just take the corner here. Honestly, just happy to take the corner. This is what's basically what happened in the game. They just did it in a different way. And I actually like this even more for white versus just taking the corner directly too. So because now we also have when they go to build some more, they're not going to build this way, but when they go to build some more now, we also have this move to threaten to just connect up straight underneath, which is very annoying. And if we block that connection from underneath, we have to just turn, and we've already broken up everything on the left side. So this is why I say this one was like not really disappointing, but I just didn't like the way some of the people played the game overall. I feel like Ben had a nice position throughout the entire game, or comfortable position, regardless if it was good or bad, right? Like if we look at the score estimate here, it's not going to say anything is bad, right? Well, it's going to say, actually, I thought it was not going to say anything, but it says 1.5 for white. That's still not that bad. Normally, it's not that big of a difference, but it's still not that bad. Yeah, so he decides to do this attachment right away. But as I said, this is why I actually like this enclosure. It's because this attachment gives me a lot of options, right? So on this board, I probably don't want to play here, because what's going to end up happening is this sort of thing here where we are potentially going to have some influence facing this left side, which means this side's not going to be territory still. And then white can also then go back and attack the other group, right? So we can even turn first. We can turn, play here, 2 spaces normally. Black can press down here, but it just depends on what we prefer. That's why I didn't turn right away. So I did this one instead. It's a little bit better. But you have the flexibility to change what you want to do here. You can even play like moves over on this side if you wanted to try to attack these 2 stones a little bit more. Try to get more of influence, right? So now we know we probably don't want that because that might make it easier for your opponents. So now we want to give them some of the corner, but in exchange we get to keep some of this left side still. And this top side is going to be hard as well because when they turn here, normally we can play this knight's move. So that's why I was also a little bit confused as well when they played a little bit further away. They didn't play the knight's move, they played the large knight's move, which gave white a little more comfort in this area as well. This might still be fine, but like the normal move is the knight's move. But you can see, I guess it's like 4 stones away. So it's like not as neat of a connection. You can see that maybe they can just attack right away. That's probably why they went a little bit further. But it's also not applying as much pressure when you go further away. So when we have like this move here, or any other move, I think they actually cut in the game at some point. But when we have this move here, you can already see that white is significantly happier. And we don't even need a kick. We can just push out directly or even diagonal because the cut doesn't work. Yeah, so I was just like, I'd be pretty happy overall with this game as white. They attach here and then they go for the driving Tetsuji. This sort of idea. I like it. That's why black gave it up, let them capture. But this also feels really good for white, right? Yeah, so maybe you can see what I mean by slightly disappointed with the game. I don't believe that this is like so much that they've given up way too much in the game. But like I said, part of the opening is about being comfortable. And I'm very comfortable here as white, and I'm sure Ben Zero is very comfortable as white as well. And if we estimate score, white's already slightly ahead, which normally doesn't happen in the opening. Like 2 points ahead in the opening is not normal. If we go back to the very beginning where there's no moves left, white's 1 point ahead, and so white's gained a point, and so that's not too big of a deal, but it's a little bit unusual in general. Usually it's like going back and forth a little bit more, or staying at 1 point the entire time. Especially when it's like 2 top players playing each other. And I think like in the middle of this, yeah, I think in the middle of this, they already knew that he was a pro. He already knew that he was likely the next pro, but I think this game did matter a lot, right? This was one of the deciding games, because if we do look at this again, it was Lucas had 8 points and Benjamin had 9 points. So I think if Lucas beat Benjamin here, Benjamin could still become pro, I think, because of how their system works. So I think Benjamin could still become pro if he just paid more attention and beat Ash in the next game. But he has to lose to Lucas here in order to not become pro. And then he has to lose again after that. So I don't know. It felt a little bit. That's why he felt like he had some like Lucas was fighting for his life, but Ben Zero didn't care. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to worry too hard, because he could still potentially just beat the next person. But I think Lucas ended up losing the very last round. So yeah, it just depends on how it worked out. But yeah, I think they could have actually tied for points. I don't know. I'd have to actually watch the stream to know how they'd solve that or talk about it or what they said. But I did not. Yeah, this is where I'd be a little bit uncomfortable as white. I think normally I'd want to lean on this side if I could. Like, 'cause this is the really strong side, right? I'm never going to attack this one. The side that I'm going to attack is the right side here, right? So if I'm going to attack that one, I'd much rather lean over here, right? If it's the same thing, you can see that this feels very different in that we at least have some potential pressure in the future on this side. But I think that black can like wedge or even just extend directly because we have this extra strength over here. Just extending directly could be more annoying to deal with. So I would have kind of expected that side. I don't know if it matters too much though. Like we can see if it changes. 1.9 to 2.5. Yeah, this is way better. Okay. Okay, never mind. This is way better. So the reason, like I said, is that you lean on the stronger side, right? That's the stronger side, and we're going to potentially attack this stone. But we leaned on this stone, which is making it harder to attack that stone. But I think what he was wanting to do, potentially, was if white continued to play like this one, then we could cut here and get this sort of Joseki. And I think the latter does work. So I think that's what he was going for. But obviously you don't need to do that, right? We can extend and play it another way where they can't do that cut anymore. Yeah, Ben just goes and lives in the corner, which I do like. But I also do kind of want to play this Hane. Is this too much, actually? Is this asking for too much? If we play this Hane now, and they don't respond, and they go to try to attack, they take away the base first. This is what he was worried about, right? Taking away the base. We still have a cut here that we can potentially even use to just get some more strength here. And if we're making strength towards the center, then this center area is going to be helpful for us. So they need to play this way. And then we could go this way. Maybe even just do Knight's move. And they see like we're kind of connecting up to the center. So it's possible that this would be fine, depending on how they played. So they'd have to play like from the center here for it to be more annoying. And I think running out with this is probably okay too. So I am curious about that. Like, is this too passive? 1.3 versus 2.1. Yeah, it's a bit passive. That's what I thought. That's what it felt like. Let's go to look at. Yeah, then invade right here afterwards. But that was what their goal was, right? This group on the top is very solid and strong. There's never going to be attacked or killed. This group is very likely solid and strong and probably not going to be killed, but it will be attacked at least a little bit. Because you can see that it's almost two eyes. It's not exactly two eyes. There's some Aji there. But because it's pretty solid, now we can move in and do an invasion if we want to. And this invasion is very annoying because we have this extension here. Right? So invade here. If they block the base on this side, or if they come over the top, we probably still just extend this way because it's really annoying. So extend, attach, and see how easy it is just to come out towards the center and be alive with this group. Yeah, this is why I was, as I said, this is why I was kind of disappointed with this game, because it felt really easy to find the moves. I did think Ben played a little bit too passive in a couple areas, but like it's really easy to find the moves and to get a position here. It's like it was a cleaner position for white, but it is getting closer now because white played the couple of passive moves. So I could still invade after I do the Hane, which is a little bit sad. White can still invade after this. And then even if they go back here, it's probably fine. But we get some more strength on this side. We can maybe even apply pressure to this one in order to connect up in some way, right? So we don't need to just worry about this group yet because we made this extra strength. and we can still come in over here and be very annoying. If we finish closing this off, and then they kind of have a hard time again. Even if we have to, we can back off, but we can probably still do the same thing here and just be alive, right? And we're probably still doing good here. Yeah, looks like it's still fine. But usually it's not good to invade that sort of stuff, but he's a strong player. I'm assuming he's fine. Normally kick here would be good, by the way. And you kick here because when they jump back, you got a nice stronger position, and we can just move on with somewhere else on the board. But this is where the fight ends up, I believe, going in Black's favor here. Because this ended up being like a little bit too much for White to do. And this is where I think like a little bit of it was too much. Like, we could attack this stone, but we could also just do the escaping idea as well. And like here, like this is normal nowadays. And then we usually take the corner away to make sure that they can't have an easy base. And normally they don't play this far away. Normally they play a little bit closer here to apply a little bit more pressure. But they didn't want to do it this way because maybe White's able to just capture the stone pretty easily. So I think we need to not worry about Black too much. Like here, I don't need another move as White. So I would want to just jump up or play over here. Or I guess if we jump up and then they extend, we can come back to this side to attack this stone, right? And this is the sort of idea that I would want to try to do. And Black was ahead by a little bit, and now Black is losing a little bit of that lead. But then he focused more on this side, the disconnection aspect, and I don't know, it feels a little bit like we are giving the initiative to our opponent. That's something you don't always want to do with these fights. That's why like this move is like a kind of a slow move where like maybe we want to try to go this way so we can try to like kill off this stone, right? We're leaning on this other group to try to kill it off. Or this is why like the attachment here would be a similar idea. If we can lean on this to try to cut it off. But this is bad shape for us. Like I wouldn't want this shape. And I guess I'd have to pull back here and try to kill or really severely attack this stone. I think the reason why they played here, apart from if we played too close, it might be easier to damage. The other reason I think is White is looking to, Black is looking to come underneath over here at some point. Because you can see that this is a not very large space in the corner. So let's see what actually happened here. Because this is where I looked through it, but I didn't really pay much attention to this area. Because I already sort of knew the outcome, right? I already knew who won and how things went, and so I didn't pay much attention to it. That's not good. This one, there we go. It's like, that one wasn't fine. Because I remember this move, and I thought it was kind of interesting, but it seemed a little bit better for Black right now. So they can attack easily. And they're pushing them towards the wall that they just made. That's pretty strong. So this feels pretty easy for Black. And now White under a lot of pressure. They don't really have time to apply pressure back. So they do. They apply pressure back. Because if you don't do that, you end up in a bad position. But as I don't really have time to do that, and what I mean by that is that if we are just saving this one, for example, Black got to fix all of their problems really easily, and now they can move on to the other part of the game, basically. So that's why they're going to try to be a little bit more pressure here. This is when they start to actually get into a nicer big fight and reading stuff here. So let's look at estimate here. Black just slightly ahead. I believe Black got a little bit ahead here overall. So yeah, turn, Hane. This Hane here to threaten to cut through and just capture half, which would be good enough. So we protect, which induces Black to then protect as well. Because now this doesn't work, right? No more cutting point. And so White's still focused on the disconnection aspect. I probably don't disconnect enough in my games. Yeah, I probably don't disconnect enough, but it also feels like I would rather disconnect on this side in some way and then go back to that. Like if Black plays over here, well, now this group is safe and fine. And let's say they fix this one and it's all connected so we don't have to worry about it. Like we're probably okay in general here. Like we're pretty connected to everything. But this one, this one's better for territory, which is why I probably should be thinking about this one more. I don't know which one's actually the better move. If you disconnect too much in online games, you lose. It's true. It is true. That's why this one's probably the better move, though. Because, yeah, if we get the Hane here, we're probably taking some decent territory. It's a bit more threatening. Because, like, the stones in the center are not as big as the stones on the side here. So I would want to just extend our Hane, yeah. And this is where I don't really know how the game progressed. I kind of just want to do this one. But if we do that one, it kind of goes against what we were trying to do with the disconnection. So just Atari over the top, and they can extend down, and they're fine. So connect is a little bit better for disconnecting here. All right, we can cut. So now we save the stones in the center. We're threatening the cut. We're peeping at our stones in the center, and then we're making some good shape towards the center as well. Interesting, okay. Feels like White is able to connect to one of their sides, and there's quite a bit of Aji. Just like Black probably shouldn't push and cut here. Because there is this cut. We can even just do the squeeze to make it really simple. But you can see how Black's in a little bit of trouble shape-wise here. Doesn't mean it's going to do anything right now, but a little bit of trouble here. We may even be able to push it directly. And this might just be possible because this cut here, right? Yeah, it looks like we can just push. That's so annoying. And that also means that if we protect on this side, looks like we can just probably just push through here as well. Yeah, it looks maybe not exactly the same way though, but very similar. Maybe we will have to do something else, like this one now. That looks like it works. Yeah. So no push and cut. You can't get rid of your liberties on that side. That's why he's trying to squeeze the liberties as best he can, so he can go back and attack. Yeah, this is how I need to get better at my games for sure. Because like here, I'd just be like, oh, well, I got what I wanted. This is good enough. That's what I would probably do. I got what I wanted. This is good enough. And then I'd be losing by 10 points or something. No, 2.1. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. But if you do this one, see if it's better. This is about the same, yeah. But there's more opportunity for my opponent to make a mistake. More opportunity for me to take advantage of the situation. So this type of attacking is a little bit nicer, right? Because now maybe we can push and cut, which is actually what mattered later on in the game. That's the part I saw, was the very ending part. That push and cut later, cutting off the entire bottom side and winning the game. Now we just go back and connect. And we're already alive there. Those are just exchanges. We need to, probably don't need to even defend that one. That was big points wise. Is that important right now? Because there's not really a way to disconnect anymore without losing something. So probably not much to worry about. We can just go back and play a big end game. That makes sense. Okay. Trying to use our peeping stone even more. Yeah, that capture's really nice. This move makes sense because it's like I'm connecting everything. We're good, but this capture is worth definitely more points. And I believe this is where black ends up getting a little bit behind, even though this looks like another good move where we're sort of like defending our area over here instead of just defending it like this, right? We're defending our area on a larger scale and we're threatening to cut them off, right? Already cut off. We're good to go. Nothing to worry about here. But white just turns, cuts and captures here, and then is able to block. And I believe they have a much stronger connection. They have really nice eye shape now, and that ends up being really good. But there's also Aji on the top now as well. So after they protect this one, now they can go in, right? So if we do this, it's technically not alive. Even just this peep and this move here is threatening to connect up on two sides still. So we still need to come in and protect that. And you would think that we can't cut, but I believe we can cut if we push first. Yeah, we push here, they connect, then we can cut these stones off, which would be good enough. This would be nice. Especially if the game's close, right? If the game's within 2 points and we are able to cut off 10 extra points that came out of nowhere, why not, right? Yeah, so they lost all their points there, and it almost feels like this was a wasted move now. So Ben did a really good job there. That was really nice. Because yeah, we can even push and cut, and like how many points did white just gain here? Like 10 extra points. But black didn't lose lose technically, because the top points weren't really points yet. White only gained, which is why it's potentially okay if we look at score estimate again. White's just a little bit ahead. It's not a huge margin yet. It's like 3.8, so 4 points ahead. So black goes to try to cut here with his ko. This is sort of always available. One of the reasons why they connected this way instead of giving the stones up is because we can do this ko. No matter what white plays, we can kind of do this ko. And so as long as we can win this, we're good to go, right? But now he has to win it versus it was just a nice extra. Now it's important. And this is where the game ends up being lost when he turns here, which doesn't make any sense at all. I have to be honest. I don't understand it. It's like he captured in the corner, but this extension here is threatening to cut stuff off, threatening to cut this area off. The corner's not necessarily alive. You can always extend first, and then there's more Aji to deal with on the bottom side if we really need it. But then the other thing to worry about was that white can just cut through here. So white doesn't even need to win the ko anymore because white connected enough, and then they got to cut through the center. And it's still cut. And then there we go. Into the game. So even in the spot where black was like in control for the most part, like this little middle area, black ended up getting in control. It still felt pretty easy to find moves as white. So it's not about how far ahead black ended up getting, right? Black only got like a couple points ahead, like 2 points ahead or something like that for like this entire area. 5 points right here, yeah. Because I think there's a way to take advantage of this. But black is like not getting too far ahead, but it's really easy for white to find all their moves. Like even I wouldn't have too hard of a time figuring out like this right here. I wouldn't have thought of just capturing this one and then pulling back here. I wouldn't have thought of that. But I believe black can connect here. But the point was still the connection here in the center. So there is Aji now. There is some Aji here now, but white also has to be a little bit careful because of the corner. Yeah, it's like they're trying to be a little bit efficient, but they end up not being efficient because of it. So like that part was kind of fun to see. But yeah, then this one doesn't make any sense. I think at this point the game's already over by 10 points now after this turn. I think before this turn it wasn't that bad. No, it was that bad. When was it? I remember there was a time when it wasn't too bad. Like right, maybe it's this ko. Let's see what happens before the ko. It's a 5-point game. Yeah, 4-point game. Then they make the ko. And now it's 10 points, yeah. Because it's already too late here. But the ko gives a chance anyway, so it's still better to play it, regardless of what AI would say. Yeah, just not connected at all in the center. Game's over. Ugh, feels silly. Feels really silly. Not fun. Yeah. But even though black had an opportunity to win, if they just played like simple moves instead, like I think if they just did this one, then the game was still okay. Because you do have some Aji here. It's good to protect the Aji here. But to me, like from my perspective as a player who plays this enclosure and who's played this sort of opening thousands of games probably at this point, it felt like white was just in control the entire time. And they even played slack moves. So they were in control and played slack at the same time. So yeah, it felt kind of one-sided, even though technically black got ahead at one point. It still sort of felt one-sided in my perspective. And then in the next game, we're been lost. I think it was versus Ash. I don't remember which one it is. No, Remy, and then the next one was Ash, yeah. Even though they lost this one, he just really didn't even try. He just really didn't even try. He played like all the way to the end, and it was like a 20-point game. Yeah, 24-point game. He just sort of gave everything up and didn't care because he already won. Not to look through too much, but it's like, yeah, this was just slightly disappointing. Like Ash is like trying all these moves and trying to be complicated, and he's just responding with these very, very, very slow moves. Like this is like a really sort of a slow and weird sort of formation here. He just sort of gives everything up. Normally you don't even do this. Like normally you should never do this. This is how you know he didn't care. But of course this is 2 spaces, so maybe it's not as bad, right? But almost always you need to be blocking this in some way. Or if you do play this one, you play here so that you can connect. Then if they capture in the corner, you can just take the outside back. And even if they can't connect, they have to capture, right? So even if you can only push through, this is still good. Like even that's just normally better. But instead he even did just this one to just take the points and not care. They didn't even try to attack the group. He just left it. Played really small moves. Let him connect up everywhere. And just protected himself the entire game. And not in a good way. Like that's the way I like to play. I like to just sort of protect myself a lot of the time. But yeah, it was just not as fun. And sort of let him have whatever he wanted. Played very simple. A little bit sad, in my opinion. If that game mattered, I feel like the game would have been very different, right? And that's why I have a hard time, because I really wanted to see Ash versus Ben Zero, because Ash was actually doing way better than I thought, and so I wanted to see them play against the stronger players, and I believe they did lose against Lucas, and I think they lost against Remy. But they actually did a really good job. Like it was kind of unexpected. Their end game was actually really nice. So I think Ash actually has a good chance for next pro qualifier, because I feel like they just need to fix like one aspect of their game and that's it. There's probably some other small things too, right? But it's like out of the big things that we saw when looking through the games, they only really needed to do slightly better in like the opening, and then a couple small reading things, but they were still reading a lot better than a lot of the other players. So yeah, just like one or two very small things they could fix to potentially be a top player or top, I'm going to say pro in that case, right? To eventually become pro here. So I think that's really close. It was actually kind of cool to see. And I think a year until the next one, I don't know if they do it every year or not, but if it's just a year, then I think they'll make it. It'll be pretty cool to see. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do next time. I'm going to try to do a couple of these problems now. And I sort of look through a game. It's just a warm-up time for me, so that's mostly what I'm focusing on. And so we're gonna try to do some more of these slightly harder ones. Normally they're slightly harder. We'll find out if they actually are here. Go back to full screen. So I do want to finish up the Life and Death Intermediate, and I'm gonna start doing like Tetsuji and other sorts of stuff too on here, so I can learn, because I'm bad at that. This throw-in makes it kind of interesting. Normally, we'd play from this side. But with this extension, I kind of don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, so I kind of want to play from this side with this extension here. We don't want to capture. Oh, maybe capture could be fine. But I'm going to do this one. If they play on the inside, we can play down here and block. So this looks like it's okay. Then we can do this one and like have this classic sort of shape here. All right, let's get through a couple of these. Yeah, so this one normally we'd play on this side. Is it the same here? Yeah, why not? If they throw in, then we can go play here. Oh, can we not do the same thing here with this one? Yeah, we can't. We can't actually do that same thing here because there's no Hane here. They didn't throw in to do this one. Oh, okay. Should we do it this way again? Because of this, got to learn this shape nicely. I've not learned this one very well. Only learned a little bit about it. And maybe it is this one, and then we play here. Yeah. This looks a little bit more correct. And then we can go back to this one. So it depends on which side the Hane is on for us. Okay. That's good to remember. Good to try to keep in mind. I want to do this one. This is just alive. Good. I'm glad that was easy. This is that same sort of shape if we connect here. Can we do something different like this one? I think we can. We can play here. This looks fine. We got a nice Seki. Wasn't sure if there's something better, but I like trying to recognize the shape is the most important part, right? If we play here, they have this throw in. We capture, they capture, right? So we have to extend back this way. And then depending on which one they play, we take the middle. The answer is Tengen. Yes, the answer is Tengen. Sadly, there's no Tengen on these boards. It's a little disappointing now. I'm a little disappointed. Not sure how I feel. Like this is a different shape. This is kind of interesting. If we play here, they throw in, and we don't have any answer. That lives. If we extend, they can just Atari and kill us. So we're not very happy with that. Connect solidly. This one might be the right answer. If they throw in over here, we block. If they throw in over here, we block. Connect solidly. Yay, I did it. We're just going to try to do 20 of these, and we'll probably end for now. One of those days where I'm a little bit lackluster in what I want to do, how I want to do stuff. Still kind of feeling that way because the weekend as well. But so I'm a little bit glad that my student actually ended up moving the lesson this week and not doing today, so I don't have to worry about doing anything like that. I can just work on other stuff. So I always feel bad when I'm not feeling great and I have a student to teach. You know what I mean? Weekends be like that sometimes. Yeah. But I always feel bad about that because like I don't want to give them a bad lesson because I'm not feeling good. That sort of idea. I want to do this one, but it doesn't work. Hane, then push, and it's a Seki. So if they block, we're screwed. So we need to play here first, I guess. This one first. If they turn, it's no good. If they go here, we can then play here. So they can't Atari us. Yeah. We should be fine like that. Connect. There we go. Seki. A lot of Seki in this section. The number 4 section here. A lot of Seki here. So I think I need to set up some goals. I think I need to set up some nice goals for myself. I guess I can do that on Twitch too. There's technically Twitch goal stuff. I should probably do that too, but normal goals. Maybe I should set up all my goal stuff. I should have a YouTube goal and Twitch goal and personal goal and all that. That's probably a good idea. This is like a ko shape, but it's not a ko. So I think this does work, but it doesn't quite work because they can extend, which is the problem. But if they did block, we could throw in and Atari them. But that doesn't work. That's just a ko. Never mind. Yeah. See, it's no good. This one, if they push, we can block. If they go down, we can block. If they hane, we can capture. Maybe just turn is good enough. Just alive. And we don't do that one. We just oh shit, never mind, we're not alive. We did want this one, I guess. And ko or something. I don't know, actually. I'm having a hard time with this one. This one doesn't make too much sense to me. Maybe I was right the first time, but it doesn't seem like I was right the first time. Because they could throw in and do something here. So we'd have to connect, then they could extend. If we connect this way, they could Atari. Oh, we had one more liberty. Never mind. I was right the first time. We had enough liberties to do this. I was just being silly. I thought I didn't have enough liberties. There's the one liberty here. Yeah. Okay. I knew like I couldn't find another answer, so I was like, wait, I thought that was the answer. That was the only option I could think of. It makes sense now. Okay, it makes way more sense now. It's way easier when you have a basic answer to go with. This one makes a Seki. I guess we can play this one. Oh, capture. There we go. I was going for just the Seki, so I wasn't expecting him to Atari. One of those times where you have to double check your entire life. You're like, wait a minute, what have I done wrong? Interesting. Okay, so we do have to block it, and I guess we can make this one into a Seki as well. But if they Hane first, and we block, then they push up, we capture, and they push up again. We are, we only have one liberty, so we can't actually do that. So if they Hane, we're dead. So we have to extend instead. I think that could also work. And then we can play, we can't play this one. Huh. Okay, anyway. Then if we connect, I think they can just turn here. And we do that one. And if they turn here, we do this one, but then we're dead. Huh, maybe we're just dead. So we have to do this one first. But then when they go up, it's no good for me. So it's this way, but this way doesn't work either. I did it wrong. This one they could connect up. This one they can just Hane. So this one, but they just Atari me. Well, I'm not seeing the answer. I'm still not seeing the answer. Because we can't connect. This doesn't work. And then we can't do this one. This one doesn't work either. Oh, no, it does work. Never mind. Yeah, I was being silly. It does work. What? Wait a minute. So I have to do it this way? There we go. Anyway. Yeah. Not seeing stuff right, but there's only 10 more left, so we'll do that. Not seeing it correctly here. Not a shape I know too much about, so we'll definitely be working through the whole Life and Death Intermediate again, of course. But just doing the first run through here. This one they can throw in here, and it doesn't work. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Does this just live? Yeah, I did it. Often when you're surrounded like that, just making the eye is usually the correct answer. So that's why I just looked at that first. They get one version correct, but skip the alternate path. Yeah, it's annoying. It's like, oh, dang it. What was I thinking? I think I can just connect here, right? If I do this one, and then this one, it doesn't work, so we have to connect. That's the only move possible, I think. And then if they do this one, we just get rid of that. But we can't. We have to play here instead. So if they push in, we just Atari here. We do this one to make it a Seki. And then if they push in, we just Atari directly. Yeah. So I read it properly. White to live. Interesting. Can we do it this way? If they Hane, we cut here, which is what we wanted to do anyway. If they take away this eye, we make two eyes this way. I like this one. I should say that after I solved it, of course, but I like this one. There we go. Now for sure it was solved. We're good. We're good. All these double Ataris. So if we connect here, are we still alive? Let's look at this one first. They can Atari us, and it's like a co shape. This one, they can Atari us. So this one is just good. Okay, we're good. Easy one. I like it when they're easy. Oh, this one looks like a fun shape. Like I want to do this, but then they can Atari us. And we can't connect because we're an Atari. So we have to connect on this side or capture, and then they can extend. But I think they're actually... Yeah, we lose this eye, so it's not good enough. So normally we would have to connect here. And then if they connect, we connect. If they push up, now we can take that. So I think it's just this one. Okay. I like that. I like that sort of shape. It's kind of a funny looking shape. I like it. This is a weird one too. Because we have this Atari that's very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. So we have to make sure they can't Atari in a good way. So we play this one, they Atari, then they Hane, then they kill. So we play this one. They can't do that one anymore, right? They Atari, we connect, they Hane. It's a we can block here. Or can we? No. We can't block there. I thought for some reason it was just one stone, but it's not just one stone. It's our whole group. So, right, they Atari, then we Hane, and we can't block there. So, this one doesn't work, and this one doesn't work. So, the other option would be to just extend, because that's the move that's been hurting us the most, right? So, they Atari us this way, and then they go down, then we can Atari, and we should be fine. So, they can't Atari us this way. I think that one doesn't work. So, they have to Atari this way still. Then we connect, and then they go down, and they capture these 3 stones. So, then we have to move it over one. We still want to prevent this Hane, so we move it over here. Of course, they Atari this way, it doesn't work, so they need to Atari the other way. Then they can Atari down. And then we're in trouble again. Maybe we're not in trouble again. No, we're still in trouble, yeah. They just connect solidly then? If they go down, we Hane and connect, and that's a Seki. If they Hane, we can just pull back, and that's alive. So I guess just connect is good enough. And in this case, we can just capture, because we're alive. And this one, we can Hane here to make the Seki. Yeah, this was a cool one. It was actually kind of nice. I didn't need to read out all the variations like that in order to find the actual answer. I figured it probably was just connect, but I wanted to try to read it all out as best I can, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I forget to do that often, so that's what we're supposed to do. Extend here feels really good. I think it's the only move, though, technically, because we have to kill. So we have to extend here. And if they capture, that's easy. So they have to play something else, like connect over here. Then we can Atari and throw in. No, that's no good. I think they can Atari us from behind. So we have to do this one, though. They Atari us from this side. Oh, then we pull back first. They capture, then we throw in over here. Okay. So that way when we're capturing on this side, it's not a shortage of liberties. Because that was the problem with the other way. If we do this one first, then this one, then they don't need to capture anymore. They can just Atari us directly. Because we can't connect. So we need to figure out a way to make that not work. So in order to make that not work, we have to throw away more stones. This one's cool. This one's cool too. I like this one. Throw in and capture. Now this doesn't work. Yeah. This one's a cool one. It's only cool because I figured it out. Anyway. No ko. Oh, this is like the same shape. Depending on... So black got this move before. So we need to prevent that from happening, I guess. This one, they can throw in, right? This one, they can't just turn, can they? Oh yeah, we can just capture, so they can't just turn. They have to Atari, then we capture. So this looks like the right move. What am I missing here? I think this is good. Okay, we have to capture first. We can't play this one, I think. I guess we can technically play this one, but I think we can just capture first. Then we can play here, and it makes it 2 eyes. Let's look at... I'm curious about that one. Oh, it just extend also works, huh? It's the same shape, I guess. Okay. Well, this one was more clear. This one, we can play both because this is just a ko on the inside here, and they need to connect because if they do that, it's dead again. Okay, cool. I thought we could do both, but I played the one that I knew for sure. I was like fairly certain, but it wasn't 100% certain. It was good enough, right? Extend down first. They capture. Then we extend back. This feels wrong, actually. This feels incorrect. Maybe just pull back first. No, not really, huh? This one's like the same shape, but we have to figure out the new way to kill. This is just Atari and then make the ko. Just a ko. So I think we need to do this Atari. If we do it now, they can just make a ko. But we can connect up underneath at the same time. But, yeah, so we can do it now. If we extend first, is it the same thing? This is a good question. Sometimes you spend a lot of time thinking about what you missed, but you didn't actually miss anything yet. That does happen. That does happen. Yeah. Yeah, you do have to be careful with that. If they just connect first, they're dead, right? So they can't just connect. And if I'm going to start the ko, shouldn't I start it first? Oh, this is why we need to extend first, I guess, huh? Yeah, okay, I see. Okay. So we do need to extend first, so that way this is a ko. Oh, no, it's not the ko? Not ko, huh? It doesn't say not ko, though. Huh. So pushing up. Pushing up doesn't do anything. Well, maybe it does kind of do something. But then they can just block, though, right? So I need to, like, turn here and then push up. People who compile Sumego hate ko. It's a fact. They do. They seem to. Then we have to extend. Okay. But now we can push up. Okay, so I just need to connect back. For some reason, I thought that didn't work. I thought I had to get this Atari in because of this Atari here. Let me review that. I thought this Atari was the annoying thing. Right? Isn't this annoying? Because I can't do this one. That's alive. If I connect, they connect, and that's alive. So what do I do here? It's just this one's good enough because we can't block. Okay, that's what it was. This one's good enough because we can't block it. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And here's the last one. Probably just the last one for today in general. Oh, another one of these shapes. So, okay, so this looks like the same idea as the last one. But it's like they want us to not throw in here because it'd be a different player's turn. So it's not the same shape. It's a slightly different shape. So we extend it here instead of throwing in over here. Okay. Did we extend there instead? Yeah, it looks like that's sort of the shape. We have that extension instead of the throw in. This doesn't seem right as well. If we do this one and they capture, now we can go back and they're alive. This Atari here. Capture. They're almost alive like that, yeah. We just do it this way. No. Throw in, huh? They block. Then we do this one. They can't capture, right? They have to connect. And then we can capture. So is it just this throw in first? And then it's the same idea as before? Because they can't actually Atari us here. So it looks like this one, then this one, then this one. Okay. Yeah, because they can't Atari there. And then if we pull back now, they can Atari and make that into an I. So now we have to do this Atari and do the ko. Okay. Interesting. Okay. The sort of the shape that I was thinking about before in the other one, where I thought I had to do this to make the ko, but it's one step different because the other one there, this move wasn't here, right? We had this move moved over to this side. So it seemed like that was the better answer then, because that gets rid of the ko, right? So if we don't extend here and we just have this one in the answer, I guess we'll see what it looks like when we see some of the other ones. That's cool though. Let's do my gold and see my go. See if I can solve it. Korean Problem Academy. I can probably solve it. I got this. I got this one. Okay. Okay, we're good. This looks like it just works, right? This one doesn't. This one does. Yay. 600 points. So many points. Anyway, now we can look at high score for fun. See who's in the high scores. Hopefully I'll be in a slightly better mood tomorrow. We're going to try something as long as Goshi's available. We'll try the hand brain go thing, whatever it was. So we'll try that. And hopefully I'll get Twitch fixed tomorrow. And if it's not fixed, then it's fine. We'll just do it on YouTube. But hopefully we'll get that fixed. Hopefully. Dark Jackal somewhere at the bottom. All right, let's go all the way to the bottom. It's going to be fun. Yes, yes. It's going to be fun. We'll find out. We'll find out. Better than the turn. Probably. It's been better than that for sure. Better than that for sure. I'm not seeing you anywhere. Maybe you're too far down the list. Probably just need to control F. Where's the F? Dark. There we go. 9 solved. There we go. A lot of people down there. Yeah, it's not just you down there. You're actually not at the bottom. Look at that. You're halfway up the list. See where the scroll bar is? That's halfway up. This is the bottom. And this is halfway up. You're doing good. You're better than like 50%. That's pretty good. That's funny. Let's refresh, see if I got any higher. Well, heck, do better, everyone. Yeah, exactly. That's probably what you should be saying. Anyway. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just a simple stream today. Hopefully I warmed up a little bit. I'm going to be able to do what I wanted to do. So we'll see what happens for me. And I'll try to fix the Twitch thing for tomorrow. Like I said, I said it again so I can remember it better. You got to keep saying it to yourself so you remember. You know, writing it down. Why would you do that, right? Make it easier for yourself. You know, just say it a bunch of times to yourself. You're good to go. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Especially Goshi. You can't. You have to be there tomorrow. So have a good day.